Sports fans, welcome to the OBBL channel. You have tuned in to, we are up to round 5, and I've got a cracker for you tonight. Going to be bringing you the top of the table clash within the N.W.O.B.H.M, being the Floralelfia Eagles versus the, I can't pronounce the acronym, I can't remember the acronym for the Chaos. So we've got Woodies versus Chaos in the top of the table clash. I know the gents are just in the pre-game now, so while they're quickly sorting their pre-game out, let's have a look at the teams. For those of you who have tuned into the tipping competition video that was through the week, you'll be familiar with the teams, but let's just have a quick look and see if there's any last-minute changes. So you've got the Floralelfia Eagles on a record of 2-1-1, coming off a loss, their first loss to the Kunt Parade, the Bretonians. So they're a nice looking Wood Elf team. I won't go into an in-depth analysis. You've got the 1 thrower, the 2 war dancers, and the 4 catchers. 11 players, 1 apothecary. So it's a nice looking team. A few additions. You've got sure hands there, frenzy on one of the war dancers, a block catcher, and a sure feet catcher. Very nice, well-rounded team. Didn't have any skill advancements in the last game, so they're unchanged from last week's lineup, and then they're up against the Chaos, the N.W.O.B.H.M, and as we look at the team, you'll see what that stands for at the bottom of your script. No, he hasn't told us. Something to do with New World British heavy metal bands or something along those lines. A very nice looking Chaos team. 2 rerolls is probably the vulnerability for the team. He's got the APO though, nice amount of block, a couple of mighty blowers, 1 at the hands of the Minotaur with the 12th player. So very, very nice, well-rounded team. As I said, 2 rerolls and no inbuilt rerolls is probably the vulnerability for this team. So giving away a little bit of TV to the Wood Elves, we'll be able to see what inducements they pick up in a minute. And yeah, they are currently sitting at 3-0-1 for the season, so a very, very good start. Very, very good start. So let's go back out, see if the game has got underway. It has, in fact. So let's tune in. Tune into this absolute red hot game. This should be an absolute blinder. Very excited to be bringing this one to you. For you who are following the league, or playing in it, you'll note that this game is very vital to the positionings in the N.W.O.B.H.M. The Chaos, if they win, they go to the top of the table, stay at the top of the table, and secure their spot. If the Wood Elves win, both of the teams playing today will go through. And if the Chaos is to win, then we could very well see the one of the 2 High Elf teams sneak through. So it looks like, you see, no dice rolls rolled yet. So the Chaos have the fame. They have the +1 fame, so look for that at the kickoffs. And I would suggest that that is not the Wood Elf setup. So it looks like the Wood Elves are receiving. I'm not going to be able to tell you who won the toss. So it will be interesting to see in the post-game who in fact won the toss. The Wood Elves coming out with an 11-man offense. You would expect that they're going to be hard to stop. It's going to be hard to stop. Coach of the Eagles, Ags Langs, is new to the OBBL this season. I know for a fact that the man is quite an experienced coach, though not necessarily with Wood Elves and not necessarily on the PS4 platform. So new to the OBBL and has done quite well. Came in with a storm actually. Opened his first 2 games with a 4-0 win and then a 3-0 win. To start his season, and had the competition talking actually, particularly the tipping comp, as not many people backed him in the early rounds, but and took a really high risk build, the 4 catcher build, and no rerolls. He's only since picked up his first reroll. No, looks as though he's picked up a second. Has in fact picked up a second. I wonder if that was an inducement. I would expect that that's probably an inducement, that second reroll, so that's going to be huge. That is going to be huge. 2 rerolls apiece. A lot of inbuilt rerolls for the Wood Elves. Let's put the skills on. And there's the bonus ones for you. The sure feet catcher, frenzy war dancer, the block catcher, and the sure hands thrower right in deep. So I think this one will be really close game. Very close game. I'm excited to bring you this one. Here we are, the opening kickoff, and they're away. Throw a rock, starting up, and the Chaos have copped it. How bad is it? He's just stunned. What a start. The crowd is rolled up, so let's hope that's a trend that's going to be continued throughout the day. We'd love to see the crowd involvement. And he's alright. Iron Maiden worn one. He's got a little bit too close to the edge there. It's a pretty good arm. Somebody should look to recruit that thrower from the crowd. So interesting. With the short kick, the Wood Elves, it will be interesting to see what they do here. With the deep kick, you would expect they'll probably hold the ball deep, but we may see them run backwards here. Taking a few minutes to get started, unless there's a pause that we can't see. Here we go. So first things first, he's picked up the ball with a 6. Takes a tough to dirt with it as well, and he's gone to one side. It's a very aggressive manoeuvre. The Wood Elves looking like they're probably going to want to put one on the board early and put the scoreboard pressure back to the Chaos. A draw is no good for the Wood Elves. It opens the door for them for the other High Elf teams to really be nipping at their heels. And the block is thrown on the line. War Dancer's imposing himself early. That's Prancer. A good hit. Holds his ground. Now, it was the first skill taken on the Wood Elf team, was the Frenzy, so we expect that this will be something that the Wood Elves will look to employ, the Frenzy. It's obviously, the coach of the Chaos are wise to the tricks and have not given him any easy crowd pushes on the sideline in set. It's such a nice addition to a Wood Elf team who can really exploit the hole. So gets the block, but chooses the push. Gets the knockdown. Probably not what he was looking for there. You can see that he would have probably kept moving, stood there on the edge of the field and gone for the crowd push. But he'll be happy and content with that and getting deep. So that's something that I think that the Wood Elves may look to employ quite a bit throughout this game. Not backing themselves to be breaking armour, so they'll be looking to get the Chaos players off the pitch. So there's the look at Saxon. Oh wow. Oh dear. Yeah. It's got a player named after the coach. I don't know if that's kosher. Very good. Bit of dodging late in the turn as the Wood Elves scramble for position. Left one on there on the line. So the Chaos, I don't think will be too upset with this. They'll be looking to, if they can't stop the score, to get it down nice and early and then get to the smashing of skulls as early as they possibly can as they grind their way through the rest of the game. The Wood Elves on defense, if they're not able to get any removals early, the Chaos, the Wood Elves on defense with 10 or 11 players are going to be very, very annoying. Good start though. It's a good start. Oh, and the Minotaur's off and moving. So he's obviously had his belly scratched this morning and he's in a good mood. And here's the blitz. It's 3. No, he's gone for the 2 dice. Hasn't picked up the defender down, which is what he's going to need. And he's going to need a lot of them because there's a lot of dodge on this team. But that's the intent pretty clear, isn't it? After the War Dancer, I know that the hit was there, but he's made it abundantly clear that he's going to be looking for that. One of the dodgeless Elves takes one. speed. Oh, here we go. There's one of the rerolls gone, and it's a double. It's a double. So that's one less reroll for a potentially a 7-turn drive if the Wood Elves are able to put this one away quickly. You've got to catch her within range. No, that's alignment. Correction. They do have a catcher downfield though, so catcher there. Runner faster. He is within range. That's a lot of go for it. So Wood Elves working their way down the flank. This will suit them. With the frenzy that they've got there, they'll be looking to work the sideline as much as they possibly can. Ball in the hands of a reliable thrower. Movement 7, of course. So he's got that extra range. Makes him a very dangerous player. I do think that we'll see the Wood Elves look to put it in this turn. I would imagine that the blitz is going to come. The blitz will probably come. Targeting Witchfinder General. Freeing up that catcher. So he's put him down. That's a risky block there with Frenzy, but gets the hit that he needs. And now it's a blitz. He's got the block catcher that he can throw it with quite comfortably. And it's a simple handoff and run in and score. So the play's been set up early by the Wood Elves, who've come out within 10. Wanting to put this early score up. And here comes the blitz. It's a nice hit. Gets the block. That's lovely. It's good hitting. That's pretty straightforward. Inbuilt rerolls for everything you need here. Does he do the vanity pass? The simplest of actions. Nah. Taking no risks here. Just the handoff. Lovely work. It's really nice ball movement there. It's aggressive. He got up to the line of scrimmage as quickly as he possibly could. Runs it in. So now the Chaos are going to have 7 turns with 1 reroll to answer in this half. So it's exciting stuff from the Wood Elves, who have the game probably on their terms early, though the Chaos wouldn't be overly upset with having such a long time to score. See, that's nice ball movement, isn't it? Seen a lot of touchdowns scored in this league. The two Bretonian teams are not shy on being able to move the ball around. And obviously the 3 Elf teams in this division. Chaos, the 1 pure Bash team who have topped the table. Showing these prancers how it's done. So it's a good start. Both teams will probably be very comfortable where they are right now. No removals to speak of. It's a good start. It's a good start. Make sure you stay tuned in to the OBBL this afternoon and this evening, gents. It's a jam-packed evening of Blood Bowl for you. We'll be flicking across around the grounds to Greendale College versus the Fellas Cowboys. Is kicking off at 7 o'clock, which is in about an hour's time. And then following that, keeping it classical, take on MSD 3K at 8 o'clock, so in about 2 hours' time. So don't you be changing that dial anywhere. Jam-packed evening for your viewing pleasure. For your viewing pleasure. It has been a fantastic season. This one to decide one of the spots going through the show pony. The Chaos can't be removed now. With the Hurricanes were the only team that were able to dislodge them if they were to lose this game. And with their draw, the Chaos will be going through to the show pony. Wood Elves with a win tonight will be going through as well. However, they'll be pretty keen to make sure that they can get the win tonight. I think that's why we saw such an aggressive play from them. I think that they're not necessarily worried too much about their health. I think they're worried about the scoreboard. I think they want to keep that thing ticking over as quickly as they can. Get on defense with scoreboard pressure on, with as many players as they possibly could. And they gave the Chaos just one turn to do some damage, and it didn't work necessarily as well as they would have liked. It's a good kick off the Chaos. Be able to get under the ball. The extra arms of Gaskin no good there. Puts it down, and it's a relatively deep kick. So which causes a bit of a dilemma. Do they run back? That's a good start for the Wood Elves. Saxon will be looking to do some damage. I think we'll see the Minotaur get aggressive in a minute. That's another good line block. The Wood Elves dancing their way around here, holding the line. Good old Rusty Nuts showing the boys how it's done. Armour holds though. So interesting with 4 hits. That's a good pick up again. Picks up a tuft of dirt with that one as well. Here's the 6. And he'll get himself central, and the grind will start. It's good positioning by the Chaos. I like that they've got up the ground. Really don't want to have their team divided by these Wood Elves. With no guard to speak of though, Leap does come into play, and the Wood Elves, for those of you who have just tuned in, Wood Elves have picked up an extra reroll before this game. I'm not sure if that was through inducement money or if they've purchased another one. So look for the Wood Elves to be hyper aggressive. They've been playing this season. Jeez, those goalposts are a pain. They've been playing this season with no rerolls. Picked up one in their last game. It didn't go well for them playing with a reroll. They lost that game at the hands of the Bretonians. The Kunt Parade. They've come out, put an early touchdown up. Very nice ball movement. No risk Blood Bowl. Got the job done. They've got themselves on defense with 11 players. And with no armor breaks to speak of on this turn thus far, they'll be able to position their 11 players and really set up for a grind of a drive. Again, the armor holds. They're going to have to wear that down, I reckon. Chaos. This team has been a resilient team throughout the season. Wood Elves only taking 2 casualties throughout this season. So it's an impressive record. They have minimised the amount of blocks that opposition have been able to throw at them because of all the dodge that they've got on their team. But my word, they have definitely hung on to it. Definitely hung on to their players, the starting 11, the same 11 who have played all 5 games now. So, unchanged lineup for this one. There's a bit of that dodge already coming into play. And I've got the sweep around the back. And the play's on. As I said, I think we'll see a very, very aggressive Eagles defense here. Timing will be key here. Chaos do not have a problem putting up scores, putting up 3 touchdowns in 3 quarters of Blood Bowl last week against the Vibrations, coming from behind at 2-0 down to steal that one away. 3 touchdowns from turn 5 onwards was very impressive. So they can certainly be aggressive. Wood Elves are a different opponent. But, yeah, certainly I'm not shy having a go at it. Interesting. The Prancer again. The designated hitter. This time he breaks armor. Taking away some of the options. Restricting the Chaos movement. Chaos have got some outside runners though, down the opposite flank. This is where we'll see the Wood Elves position themselves to limit that movement. Does he use the reroll? It's probably too early to let it go. He's certainly thinking about it. And the double comes through. And Ballero is stunned. So, 3 blocks straight out of the gate. The option to probably throw a second on one if he doesn't go down. So 3, 4, you're probably looking 5 blocks here as a minimum at the Wood Elves. So the Chaos will like that. There's one. And there, oh, Amma on the line is, he's now Amma in the dead and injured box. And off he goes. Tank, the big hit. Mode ahead, second time in a row, just getting the push. And the Chaos now looking to move the ball down the pitch in quite an emphatic way. Really grabbing pitch position here, looking to exploit that opportunity. The Wood Elves, if the Chaos can wedge their way through in the center of the pitch here and really have pitch position in the Eagles' half of the pitch, it's going to be difficult for the Eagles to stop them. Moves wide. So he's keeping his options open. Nice wide frontage. Makes it very difficult for the Elves to elf screen. But moves the ball out wide. Now remember that frenzy. We've already seen the Wood Elves have a tendency towards the frenzy, trying to push them to the sideline. And remember the frenzy, he says, as the Minotaur goes straight for him. Rusty Nuts gets the hit. Dancer down. And fine. Minotaur. Doing Minotaur things. Dumpy Rusty Nuts. Just in his second game. Already picked up a casualty in the last game. Oh, that's an even block. So the Wood Elves are not in trouble yet, but are certainly out of position. Last minute move by Saxon to keep the pressure on. So, Minotaur out in front, in space that the Wood Elves very much would like to be occupying. Do we see a little bit of Minotaur season here? Unsure. We will see. But tight cage, difficult to get into. And with one reroll gone, pressure is on both sides here. Pressure is on both sides. I think that the coach of the Wood Elves right now will be torn. Does he retreat his defense, try and re-establish some pitch control, or does he throw caution to the wind and get after the ball? He's taken a minute to think about it. And the double one. Devastating. Devastating. 2 double ones in a row. The Wood Elves have rolled 4 dice, 4 ones in a row, and it's given the Chaos the absolute run of it. Huge Huge failed dodge. Didn't see the apothecary. What was he? Just badly hurt. And just badly hurt. So Wood Elves down to 9. It's the 12-man Chaos squad who are on the charge. It's a big hit by Saxon. Runner faster. Dead. It's all falling apart for the Wood Elves now. The APO comes out. Medical team for the Eagles. Well rested. Haven't been needed very much this season. And he is fine. Runner faster. Rookie catcher. Oh, and they're coming thick and fast now. One dice blocks. The Chaos are feeling confident now. And the armor is breaking. So it didn't take long to wear it down. They'll be pretty comfortable now. They've got the Wood Elves right where they want them. Tokyo Blade and Catch Me Moi if you can. Dancing in the deep. Tokyo Blade holding him out. So I wonder now what the strategy becomes. Chaos is starting to get the removals. 2 casualties already. We're only at turn 4. Rusty Nuts proud of his work so far and is telling the world about it. I wonder if the Chaos are obviously pretty happy with their field position at the moment, not wanting to advance down the pitch too far. Rightfully so, they've probably earned that. But they are still able to be sacked. There's still the re-roll for the Eagles. I think this is what we're about to see. I think it's caution to the wind time. And I think we see the elite 1 dice. And if it is, I think it's probably the right time. The Chaos have really imposed themselves in this game. There's a bit of insurance policy running back. As Prancer repositions, Chaos have really put their mark on this, saying, right, you guys can do amazing things. If you're going to do these amazing things, we're going to make you hurt for it. And so, it's over to you, Wood Elves. I think now is the time. If things keep going the way that they are, the second half's going to be a pretty quick half. There won't be too many Wood Elves with a pulse. The Frenzy is an interesting dilemma here. Could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go for it. Or, here we go, we're about to see it. The leap in, there's a go for it in there as well. Makes the leap. 1 dice on the ball into 2 dice uphill if this fails to go for it. Here we go, 2 dice uphill. It's not going well. No, he was out of movement. Out of movement. So it doesn't get the follow-up hit. Boy. Boy, oh boy. Oof. Some very last minute dodging, last second dodging. Keeps the Wood Elves out of trouble a little. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Boy, it feels skinny. Tank gets the desired push. Ball carrier is free. Still, if he requires to move the, well, if he's looking to move the ball here, still probably needs the dodge. Oh, that's big. That is big. No rerolls for the Chaos now. No rerolls for either side. So, it's game on now. As much as the Chaos have field position. Much as they have field position, and the Wood Elves will be on the back foot because of some very precision hitting. It's no mistakes now. Cannot make a mistake. So every block now crucial. Every block thrown without block skill. Crucial. Bang! There it is. So, huge moment in this game. The next few turns will decide this game. Wood Elves heavily out of position and starting to take casualties. They've had 3 casualties this game. That takes their total for the season to 5. So massive, uncharted territory for the Wood Elves. The failed leap in, didn't dislodge the ball, but both teams now down to no rerolls. Vital moment in this game. How these teams respond now will decide how this game turns out. Dancer and Prancer loom large. There's a straight run at the ball. Prancer can move forward and hit and strike the ball carrier. 1 dice. With no leap required. 2 dodges is all he would need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's the dodge. Didn't declare a blitz. Interesting. Unsure. Unsure. Did Prancer misunderstand the instruction from the coach there? Not sure. Big time play coming up here. Do we see a dodge? Hit with no block. I'm not sure. This is a tense moment. And the Wood Elf coach taking his time to call the play. Here we go. The leap. For the 2 dice uphill. Which he gets it. That's a massive hit. Dancer pulls off the play. Where does the ball go? Because here we go. This is it. Ball, and it's a break. It's a good scatter for the Chaos, who don't have, and that's a good break for the Wood Elves, who would be relying, as the Chaos would be relying on the extra hands to pick up the ball, and the time goes. So, the Wood Elves, in a miracle play, Dancer, in fact, leaps in, 2 dice uphill, gets the hit that he needs. Tank with the clearing block. Wood Elves in their element right now, hunting the ball. Couple of blokes there. Believe it or not, the Wood Elves only need to get the ball into the hands of Scorer Mora, and he's in range. He does have sure feet. So any slip up from the Chaos here, huge. Any slip up. That's got no block. So Chaos not necessarily concerned about the ball right now. Maybe looking at the clock going, come on the second half. Let's make sure that there's not enough Wood Elves to do damage. Rusty Nuts looms large. A pretty good game so far. I was telling the crowd about it last turn. Still got a blitz to play. It's a big hit. It's 3 dice. It's not the knockdown he needed though, but it does clear the ball. Probably needs to pick it up himself, the Witchfinder General. And picks up it again with a tuft of dirt. Groundsman Curator will not be happy with the players just picking up with dirt. Sorry for those of you who aren't familiar with that reference. Roll 6. Take some dirt with it. It's a shit joke. And Saxon comes back to provide the protection. So it's a good recovery by the Chaos, who looked in trouble. And Rusty Nuts makes sure of it. That's a good recovery. And that's a clever block. Scoramora now out of scoring range. Now only is it catch Moy if you can. No, not in range either. So nice recovery, nice turnaround. Some fancy footwork required to get back into this one as they get back into defensive mode. Aggressively hunting the ball for the last few turns. Realising that the clock is now an issue. That's the third double ones on dodges for the Wood Elves. All happening, no, the last 2 happening very early in turns. So that's critical fail. Critical timing. Ball a mover. An aware one from Saxon. And the Minotaur looms large to put somebody in the crowd. Ball a mover. Apo's already gone. He's going to miss next game. I wonder if that will be in the sloppy seconds. Because the Chaos are starting to get on a roll. Casualty box filling up, and that's the thrower. Tank has been reliable. Clock an issue now. Chaos need to get themselves in scoring range. They have a few scoring threats who are down for it, but there you go. He's within range now. He can do it with relative ease, but is anything really easy against Wood Elves? Well, I don't know. Chaos certainly making it look easy. The Wood Elves are struggling to find their feet. 3 times failing to make a dodge. and not a complex dodge either, which is hurting them. But as Rusty Nuts continues to taunt the crowd, showing everybody how good he is. I think he's flexing as we speak right now. Yep. Yep. Puts Dancer within range of the ball. With the blitz gone. So in the critical moment, when the ball was loose, Chaos came up with the goods and recovered. Solid recovery. Cleared the ball, was able to pick it up again and move themselves back into a scoring position. And the Wood Elves, who looked to be on early, routine touchdown for them to start proceedings. And then came out on defense with 11 players, being brought down, I'd say largely by their own feet. Very crucial moments where they've needed to reposition, they just haven't been able to make the move. Interesting. Yeah. Probably dodging at about 60%, I'd say, at the moment. So, really not performing as they have all season. It's on Dancer. Who gets the dodges. And the sack. And the knockout. Huge for the Wood Elves. Dancer single-handedly keeping them in it. So Jamison Raid within range. The Tiger of Pantang within range. But that's it. As the Wood Elves desperately go to cover the ball. Dancer keeping his team in it. Individual brilliance by that man right there. But is it enough? Is it enough? Difficult dilemma here for the coach of the Storm, Saxon. Calling the offensive plays here is going to be difficult. He can scatter, he can push one of the Wood Elf players onto the ball. Does risk it being caught by one of the Wood Elf players though. He can make a blitz, clearing one, and block another, but if he, to do that, takes out one of his two scoring potentials. And let's be honest, Jamison Raid is not a likely scoring threat right now. So, dilemma time again. This, after an outstanding recovery by the Chaos, they find themselves again in a critical moment. They need this touchdown. They need to put the score on the board. Because if they want to have the win, if they want to secure the win and go for a 4-win season, a nil first half will be difficult even as the Wood Elves are falling like at a rate of knots unseen this season. 3 in the box right now. 1 that was brought back to life by the medical staff. But as we know, we saw the High Elves the other night, the Hurricanes, score with just 6 players twice. And Wood Elves are even more prolific. So again, critical moment here. So gets the knockdown, Rusty Nuts. And that's a worse position. I think that does it. It'll be... That's a big hit though. Stand corrected, he can still do this. 4-3-2. 4-3-2-2. Nah, he's given up on it. Not interested. That's a shame. I would have... I think you've got to take that chance, I think. And there we go. That's half time. Time to welcome into the booth for some special comments. So to recap, as my co-host and guest for this evening's broadcast gets comfortable, the Wood Elves came out on an aggressive first opening drive and was able to put up a score within the first 2 turns. Found themselves in the lead and defending with a full 11 against this rampaging Chaos at the top of the table. The Chaos then recovered the ball and we were able to get pitch position early, moving up to the centre of the pitch. And the Wood Elves were sort of in 2 minds and really got themselves muddled up, falling over a number of times of their own feet as they attempted to dodge away from the aggressive Chaos line. And that allowed the Chaos to get into position right down into the Eagles' territory. The Eagles then stunningly came back, sacking the ball carrier in an unbelievable individual effort by Dancer, and it looked dire for the Chaos. However, some team brilliance allowed them to recover the ball and get into a scoring position, but again, Dancer came to save the day for the Woodies, getting the sack and ultimately leading the Chaos to a 0 at half-time. So that was the first half, and now we see, what do we got? 8 on 11, 8 on 12 if you include the one on the bench, and the Wood Elves will attempt to defend with significantly less resources. That'll help though, perfect defense. Matt, have you found your way into the booth yet? That's alright. I think it's a vital time. All good. Yeah, it did kick off early. About half an hour early. And yeah, it's been a bit of an arm wrestle. So now it's... Yeah, absolutely. You've seen Dancer, the Frenzy War Dancer. Yeah, he's been up and about. He's single-handedly kept the Woodies in it, actually. So now, you found yourself, for those of you who have joined us and are unfamiliar with the voice, MattM is the coach of the Highborn Hurricanes and had a pretty good season this season. He's gone 2-2-1. Had a very difficult game just recently where he found himself down significant numbers against the Green Knights Crusade, down to 6 players on an offensive drive. What are you looking for when you're playing down players with Elves, Matty? Absolutely. Now, I'm getting a little bit of feedback that we can't actually hear you in the chat, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah. So while my co-host sorts out his settings, again, we've seen the Chaos being able to pick up the ball and get it central, up on the line, so the Wood Elves really don't have the opportunity to break apart the Chaos offense. Interestingly,
all right, I've fixed my audio. I'm hoping that everyone can hear me now. So give some feedback, guys.
Let us know in the chat if you've got MattM. But again, we saw this in the first half. The Chaos were able to get sexy voice is sexy. Thank you, Java Knight. So we saw the Chaos get pitch position early, again on their first turn, meaning that they could really structure their drive early without the risk of that elf division where they rush you and get you locked in your own half. And we've seen the Wood Elves get up on the line, real aggressive in this play. So listening to your advice, I think there, Matty, just wanting to get after it. Do you think we'll see the leap early?
Yeah, I do. Look, Adams, he's up to 2 rerolls now.
Yeah, so we think he's induced one in the pre-game.
Okay, so he's down on TV.
He was down on TV. It was at 1180 versus 1310. So we think that went into. We think that went into a re-roll. Saxon has been a bit of a softie this game. The Mighty Blow Warrior, he's done a lot of pushes.
Boys just don't want to break armor or even knock anyone down, by the sounds of things.
No.
Going back to your previous question about whether or not we'll see the leap, yeah, I think we will. Based on what we've seen from Adam this season, I think he will instruct his boys to just get after the ball. He's big on hunting it and creating opportunity. So, yeah, expect to see it either this turn or next. Whether, he takes the gamble and makes the leap in to hit the ball carriers. Whether or not he can recover it, it's going to be the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where I think it'll be interesting to see what he does. We may see him look to put in a receiver into position so that if he's able to sack it, he can capitalise quickly. You've seen Adam do that throughout the season, just really, capitalising on mistakes as quickly as you can. Interesting. He's going for the crowd push. So I'm not going to see the leap this turn. It's the second time that's happened.
Second crowd push opportunity at least.
Like that, but he's got the knockdown where he wanted to end up standing next to the sideline. I think he's worried about the numbers here. So yeah, absolutely. So the Wood Elves down to 8 players. 3 casualty in the box. 1 came back from the brink of death. The medical staff for the Eagles rushing out and reviving him. The thrower, notably, is down as well, so he'll be missing next game and the remainder of this one. So it's crunch time for the Woodies, who have suffered 2 casualties up to this game and are now up to 6 for the season.
Interesting. I've heard a little rumor that Adam is a big fan of the big guy hunting. Have we seen any of that so far?
I know him well. And
Saxon goes down.
Wow, what a hit!
Bang! Oh, that's gonna hurt.
And the Apo saves him. So Saxon, who has been soft for the, that's huge.
Is that the wake up call where that he needed to?
Maybe so. I wonder if that changes the playstyle for the Chaos. Surely not, but whenever you cop a death, it does things to your brain, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I've been on the receiving end of that this season a little bit.
Only 3 times I hit.
Copping that amount of casualty screws with your head, though. I copped one in my game early, I think first turn, second block of the day, and that really rattled me, to be honest.
Yeah, it does do that. It does funny things to you.
Ideal.
Past Dog saying that he hates an effective APO. Yes, we all do. We all do, unless it's on your team, hey? Coming from the coach of the Necro who doesn't have one.
Yeah,
I hate an effective regen.
if Dubs Matt is out there, tell him to, if playing the Lizards, steer clear of the Doctor I had on my team last season.
Yeah. Lizard
Absolutely
doctors.
shocking.
Oh, lizard doctors, they'll get you.
Yeah.
So we've seen the Rush now, the Chaos, and that's a good Minotaur on the move. The Rush looking to man up. A Wood Elf team with rerolls in the bank is a scary prospect. And now that the Wood Elves have got a scoring threat, Catch Moy if you can is within range. So watch for the leap next turn. Watch for the leap next turn.
Absolutely, but are we going to see chaos? We are going to see the Chaos Blitz. No, not on the Dancer.
He's going for downs here. He wants to remove him. That's the third dead this game.
Bollara? How do you pronounce that?
Bollara, with noting the way he's named his players. I think it was supposed to be Baller Runner. But wow, that's 3 dead for the game.
That is big.
That is huge.
He runs in around the back too. That makes dodging and leaping a little bit more difficult now.
He's still got a 2+ dodge out, 3+ dodge in for a 1 dice hit.
Yeah, was that all of his movement just then?
Unsure. Well, he would have to dodge now to keep moving.
Yeah, not worth it. Just keep him there.
You wouldn't think so. Pass dog loves it. Yeah, the Apo's gone. Saved saved the first one from death. Second one. Wow. Look at that.
Bollara, just a lineman, but movement 7, edge 4. They're still extremely good players.
Absolutely. So.
Was he skilled?
Nah.
No, fortunately. Only 2 points away from leveling. That's a little bit heartbreaking, but.
So I think it's now or never for the Woodies. The Chaos aren't in a rush. I think they don't need to. The Chaos don't need to win. A draw secures them a spot.
I think they're safe anyway through to the show pony.
You're right. You are right.
Does Adam need this to go through?
Adam needs to win. Otherwise, if he loses, Baldwin can jump him, and if Baldwin loses, you can jump him. So if Adam loses, he opens the door for yourself and Baldwin with the vibrations.
Yeah. So what's Adam currently doing on points? Is he 2 wins, 2 losses? No, he's 2 wins, 1 loss and a draw.
Correct.
He drew with me.
Correct.
So a draw puts him on the same amount of points as me.
Yep. And
he's
head
got
to head.
me 4 touchdowns.
Correct. That's why you can't jump him unless he loses.
Yeah.
Interesting. I would have left that guy down. So if this comes off, he's got somewhere to get it out to.
Yeah, get it out and run. And we, do you remember the game against the vibrations?
Ooh. Now it's 2 dice with no leap required. Ooh. And a break. This again. We're just seeing that's probably a little mistake there by Saxon. He's left someone on the cage corner, and now it's a straight shot.
It's the cardinal sin, isn't it?
It really is.
Manning up leaving that cage corner manned up, it really can hurt.
It just opens the door. And now, here we go.
Yeah, fortunately for Saxon, that he's moved his deep receiver.
He didn't re-roll it.
No. Interesting.
For me, that's a re-roll on the ball for sure.
Yeah, 2 in the bank. I mean, that's where you want to be using it, and particularly because you can't. Like I said before, moving that receiver, he can't recover it. He needs to. His war dance is just hanging there with his dick in his hand, so he's in a bit of strife here.
Yeah, but just by virtue of the fact that that division of the team that we spoke about before, he's just naturally done it.
Yeah.
The Chaos are divided. So it's all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, 7 Wood Elves have put the pressure right on the Chaos, who now need to play a little more defensively.
What do you think the play is? I'd kind of
the-
like to see him manage to get the ball out to the Warrior deep and then take off the other side.
Potentially. Yeah, I think what Saxon has been doing, what we've seen him do, is try and maximise the damage that he can cause. Just really look for the blocks. He's cleared the ball now. He can get it out to that side. But he hasn't got the speed to outrun him.
True. That War Dancer Frenzy, what's his name? Is it Dancer?
Prancer.
Dancer, yeah. Yeah, the Frenzy one, he can get to pretty much anywhere on the pitch in that half.
That's a strange... It's a strange blitz for me. I think he's going to continue to push down the sideline.
Yeah, it's a handy break.
It is a handy break. 2 breaks this turn. Correction, my life. That's a Beastman. Don't mind me. Now that's dangerous.
I looked down for a moment. He hasn't continued running.
And he hasn't continued. He leaves him there, and he is open to a crowd push.
Hmm. Ooh, oh,
And the loan is gone.
Oh no!
That is huge.
Yeah, this is.
The door is
for Chaos.
wide open. Wide open here. It is... Oh. The worst part is he didn't need to do it.
Mm-mm.
And that's big. That brings him down to 9. 7 on 9 now. The Woodies will like those numbers. Yeah, with the one on the ground, you're right. It's what is it? 6, 7, 8 standing? 2, 4, 6, 7 standing. Seven standing versus 6 standing Elves. So the risk that he plays here to pull this play off, he needs to man up, which is uncool. You don't.
No, you don't. But do you reckon you'll see the Frenzy War Dancer blitz from the side, use Frenzy.
There's the assist.
Yeah. I was
Does he come
curious to
around?
see if he'd do it one
1,
dice
2,
or not, try
3,
and get
4,
it to
5, 6.
that catcher that just moved.
Now he can do it without. Oh, he's going the leap. I can't believe he went the leap. He's made the leap.
Oh, he wants to surf him.
Yeah, he could have surfed him without the leap, though. He could have run around the outside. Had the movement. Again, that's the 3rd time he's tried to surf and has got the knockdown. The ball's in the crowd. Here we go. Wow! What a throw in! Whoa!
A few Eagle fans out there at the moment, isn't there?
My goodness gracious me! Well, it's funny actually because Saxon's got the fame, but they've wowzers! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go for it. Ooh. So do we see the 3+ dodge for the 2+ dodge to get back to the ball here? This is huge. Yep, did it. Wow. Boy, oh boy. This is why we play this stupid game. What an amazing turnaround. 8 Wood Elves come out at after half-time and...
Cop 2 deaths, 1 rerolled APO.
Yeah, that was the first one was in the first half, but have copped a death and somehow have found themselves with the run of it. Unbelievable. I tell you what, I think I can see the coach's box for N.W.O.B.H.M, and it's rattling in there. There's a bit of movement going on. I don't think they're overly happy. The last reroll for the Chaos is gone.
He's definitely seeing red.
Yep. Yep. And that's a catcher. So that's a 2+ dodge, a 3+ pickup. Sorry there, fans. There's a block on the ward answer that actually was successful. Doing a Craig Bellamy. I think that's a rugby reference, and I'm Victorian. I'm sorry. Apologies, Jawa. I'm sure your comedic genius is appreciated by some. Just not me.
Bellamy, I think he's the coach of Melbourne Storm.
Oh, now I feel
bellyache.
now I feel un-Victorian. Oh,
Come on,
bad.
mate.
Come on, mate.
Premiership
It's all
coach
coming
right
undone.
there.
It is all coming undone. So, can get rid of can get rid of the ball carrier with the 2+ dodge.
Jar's not happy.
Nah, Jar was not happy.
You owe that man an apology.
I would, but you know, nah.
Cop that, you stinking Queenslander. I kid, he's Victorian at heart. I think he's alright.
Yeah, he's alright.
Our neck of the wood too, from what I understand.
Yep, eastern suburbs of Melbourne. Here we go. Prancer, just a push, but it gets rid of a 2+. And I tell you what, if the Woodies are able to put it up, which it looks likely at this point in time, this will be a pretty impressive win.
Absolutely.
I don't want to go the early crow, but just Wood Elf things. Probably, I think Storm Saxon will be kicking himself here. I think that he made one little mistake by leaving somebody on the cage corner. Got away with it, but then the Minotaur go for it, and leaving himself near the sideline as he did really just, I don't know. I think they were probably mistakes. He'll watch back the tape and be like, yeah, that was an error on my part. I think he just, I don't know if he forgot about Frenzy. Here we go. The 3+ pickup. Doesn't pull it off. Does he re-roll?
Yeah.
And the double one. That's the 4th time this game that the Wood Elves have rolled double ones. In crucial moments. Dodges to get back and cover the ball. That's the first one that hasn't been a dodge. But the extra re-rolls have not helped in the slightest. So he's going to be well acquainted with the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And now, look at the chaos. Look at them all. There's 4 or 5 beastmen that will run back here. Or run forward, apparently. You've got to run back, don't you?
Yeah, surely he hasn't conceded here, has he?
Well, he didn't try for the end of the first half. He sort of threw the towel in a little bit, not attempting the tackle zone pick up and the go for it to score. It's almost too hard basket for him at the moment.
There's still 3 players there who could run back. And he's got his extra arm guy there that can potentially handle the ball.
There we go.
He hasn't blitzed yet.
No. Which I think it has to be a blitz with one of the Warriors. Oh, no. Double skulls. And now it's 2+ pickup.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I think it's fair to say, double ones have hurt the Wood Elves. Double skulls have hurt the Chaos. And that's been only worsened by a few probably just little positioning mistakes by Storm Saxon. And as we said at the start of the second half, the Woodies are just primed to take advantage when the error comes. And there it's come probably 2 or 3 in a row. And it'll be hard to see them stuff this for there. And with some dirt, for the 4th time this game, the ball's been picked up with a 6. And there it is. The Eagles go 2-0 up in an unlikely of plays. Not the most unlikely, but an unlikely play. Have got themselves into a winning position. Wow. 5 casualties for the game. Have the Wood Elves. 2 deaths, one of which was brought back to life. Good medical staff. 12 players for the Chaos. Saxon, again saved by their medical staff. So the doctors were well rested coming into this game. Yeah.
What do you think we'll see here from Adam now, Luke? Do you reckon we'll see him really put his foot down on the throat and try and go for a 3rd score? Try and boost his SPP? Or do you reckon we'll see a little bit more conservative approach and try and protect some players?
I think that will largely depend on the kickoff and then what happens with the ball. I think if Storm Saxon is able to be, or is having to go and chase the ball back from deep in his own half, I think the Woodies will rush him. The best way to defend yourself with Elves is to put pressure on the ball. If you are able, especially if you're outnumbered, if you're able to get the ball secure, then you've got 3 players to just go and beat up your opposition. That's exactly how you want to play the bash. So I think if the ball goes deep and Saxon's chasing it, you'll see the Woodies chase him. Otherwise, I think you'll probably see the War Dancers in particular try and stay out of harm's way. So with this win, if they're able to secure it, and you'd say it's likely at this point in time.
Yeah, I'd be feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, particularly now. See, it's deep kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Wood Elves stream down the pitch here. This will put the Wood Elves to a 3-1-1 record.
Unfortunately, that takes me out of finals.
It does. Commiserations, my friend.
No, that's okay.
You're looking at Sloppy Seconds. And a former champion of Sloppy Seconds, just by the way. So, no pressure.
Oh, thank you. But I think, as you said on the chat the other day, it's pretty disgusting. There's going to be, I think, 3 dwarves in that pool.
And there's 2 regular dwarves and 1 pretend dwarves, but yep.
Yeah, that's a lot of tackle.
That is a lot of tackle. Have you got a lot of dodge, though?
I have 2 dodge currently. Unfortunately, none of my players leveled over my last game. So yeah, it'll stay as is. But fortunately, I get a couple of players back. But yeah, he'll have a couple of loners on the side, I think.
Well, we will certainly wish you well in that endeavour, but for now, I think it's a pretty solid Chaos line. It's not easy to go and chase the ball.
No, what's that? 2 downs already.
Lots of pushing. Lots of pushing. So just around the grounds quickly, the match-up between the Greendale College and the Phallus Cowboys has kicked off. We'll be flicking across to that one at the completion of this one. And while, again, look at this. This is really... I'm a big believer in pitch position and playing from a position of strength. And this is really positive from Storm Saxon. He's thrown the quick pass. He's got the ball forward. Again, he's been able to, in his first turn, been able to bring the ball right up to the halfway line and just half the amount of distance that he's had to travel in the last couple of turns. He's given him a chance, given himself a chance to score. I'm really pleased to see that.
Absolutely, and you don't know what happens. You know, he could roll a ride on the last turn. Like, extremely unlikely, and I know he's kicking to Adam, but you know, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, absolutely. absolutely.
Did manage to claw his way back from 2-0 down against the Vibrations a few weeks ago.
Yep. Yep.
Like I said, extremely unlikely. I mean, he's got 2 turns to run it in. You would imagine that'd chew up everything, but, you know, give him a blitz and get himself into a position where he can, you know, apply the pressure, put a couple of Wood Elves down, simple pickup and run it in.
Yep.
Kind of rooting for him now.
I don't think it's... Well, it'll come down to a leap here. He's carrying it with block, which helps him, but I think that first move is an indication of what the Wood Elf intent is. I don't think they're looking to take their foot off the accelerator at all. Strange move.
Spoke too soon.
Strange move. But that's okay. He's safe, I guess, is the thought process here.
Yeah, he'll feature next week.
He will, in fact. Ballarak, not the same can't be said for Ballara.
Exactly.
There's a lot of L's in that name. So with the Wood Elf win...
Oh! Whack. Miss next game. Ouch.
Yeah, he'll have a loner replacement though. Be down a thrower. Have a bit of well, you can get 3 dice with the Minotaur and the War Dancer here. I wonder if it's something that he'll entertain.
We'd all love to see it. Let's not lie.
No, War Dancers is, you know.
The only thing
unless they're playing for your team.
Dead one.
That's right.
Close enough.
He'll have to run a go. He'll have to push the go for it in the last turn to score. But again, he's left himself next to the sideline, so unless he gets the frenzy guy down, you know, he's potentially going in the crowd. That's Frenzy,
thoughts on the frenzy first skill on your War Dancer? You a fan or?
Oh, see, do you know? Personally, I'm not a fan. But what Adam's clearly done with it is used it to open up lanes. You know, the Chaos weren't able to cover the sidelines. Oh. Oh, the Rusty Nuts stun. Yeah, so Adam was the Storm Saxon wasn't able to cover the sidelines, so they were just able to run through the wide zone in the first turn, set up a really easy 2-turn touchdown for them. I mean, it's not hard for Wood Elves at the best of times, but it just makes it so easy. And it means defending is. If you're not concentrating while you're on defense against this frenzy War Dancer, you know, they just get to places and they can crowd push you from, you know, unexpected directions. It's clever, but especially when you're taking a no reroll build, you get yourself in trouble pretty easily. So I don't know if I'm a huge fan. While the Eagles coach decides on his play call, we'll just do a quick recap of the round so far. We had Touchdown My Panties and the Southern Pride, the Amazons versus the Dwarves, have a 1-1 draw. The Wizards and the Mages played off, and the Wizards got that one done 4-0. Ooh, and Dancer knocks himself out on the leap. You can't be too hard on that guy. He single-handedly saved the drive in the first half. So, in the other games, we've had Grave Consequences and the Pedo-Ringed Circus have a 0-0 draw. We had the No Gays in Mother Russia and Durka Jihad play off with the No Gays getting that one done 2-1. The Kunt Parade and your Hurricanes, they had a 1-1 draw in a close one. And then last night we saw, wow, this is... Storm Saxon he's probably thinking to himself, where was this early in the drive? As he's nearly got a pitch clear.
I wonder if we'll see a foul here.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got to...
Do the rest of the competition a favour.
He's got to run in the touchdown.
And kill that bastard.
And then finally last night we saw...
Got him.
He has got him. The infant mortality hilarity get the job.
Oh! Oh, huge.
He's badly hurt.
Oh, he's okay.
He is, and he's safe. And and Agslang breathes a sigh of relief. And so the infant mortality hilarity got the job done against the Tooties Carmen. And we've just seen in a really, really good game of Blood Bowl, we've seen the Floralelfia Eagles get the job done against N.W.O.B.H.M 2-1. And that will about do it for this one. It's been an impressive game by both coaches. The Woodies will have a one-turn opportunity, but with 3 players on the pitch. What have they got? 3? 3.
I think old Pass Dog here's a little upset that injury to that dancer wasn't a little bit more...
Yeah.
substantial.
Yeah. So who's the...
I feel your Pass Dog.
Well, he's got a lineman that's close. And he's got Catch Moy if you can, who's close. So he can dodge away and pick up the ball and throw a pass. He can get a player to skill here, which is what he'll do. Pitch invasion, maybe he won't.
Spoke too soon again.
It's fine. It's fine. So we'll see a dodge away. We'll see a dodge away, a pick up, and then a throw. For the vanity pass. Or he's going to do it into a tackle zone. With the... Interesting. I would have done it the other way, because that guy could have levelled. That's okay. And there we go. And that'll be about it. Well done, gentlemen. Well done. Congratulations to Agslangs and his Eagles. It was an impressive win after things looked very dire early. Let's have a quick look at the stats. Thank you for all of you who are joining in. We're just going to have a quick look at the stats now, break down where some of the games were. If you would like to flick across to Brogdonetti, who is streaming his game live with Greendale versus the Cowboys, please feel free to flick across to that one. This one will be uploaded to YouTube, so if you've missed some of it, don't stress. It will be up online for you to come back and enjoy, as these two teams will both be going through to the Show Pony Cup. So congratulations to both coaches. Thanks to MattM, who's joined me in the booth. For those of you who are leaving now, the coach of the Hurricanes giving some special comments. So thanks for joining us, Matty.
No, thank you, and thank you for hosting again.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Yeah,
it's my pleasure. Wowzers. So, as we just quickly have a look at the stats, 67 successful blocks for the Chaos, and it was resulted in 1 knockout and 6 casualties, with 1 kill, technically 2, but one survived. 17 blocks for the Eagles, 2 knockouts and 1 injury. The Chaos had a lot of the ball, 62% of the time in possession, and a lot of running yards, 98 running yards. It's pretty impressive. Both teams quite lucrative in terms of star player points. As we look at the dice rolls in detail, the dodge stat is interesting for the Eagles at 74%. It's quite low.
It is low. With all that dodge everywhere.
Yeah, when you use the dodge reroll, it still counts as it's just every time you roll dodge, whether that's the reroll or not. So it's just, you should 1 in 6 fail, but that one's about 1 in 4 failed. So significantly high. So 16% fail chance. He failed at 25%, so it's quite high. Going for it, pretty spot on. The casualties, the rate 66% is high. needing a 10 or 9 with Mighty Blow to do a casualty. You're looking at about a 16% chance, maybe 20 with Mighty Blow, and he's copped it at 66%. So it's huge injury for him. Leap at 60%, slightly low, but nothing substantial. So, and the dice roll pretty even across the board. Flicking across to the Chaos, who armor roll. Their armor broke at 39%. It's about average. It's probably a little high. Their injuries at 75% that's about right. Actually, I think injuries, that knockout includes in the injuries, so it is about right. Dodging at 100%, waking up after KO at 100%, going for it at 80%. Catch, however, 50%. It's not huge, but again, pick up at 100%, passing at 100%. So you would say that, and look at those dice rolls. 6 20s versus 10 1s. You would say that the Chaos probably had the run of the game here, and it was probably their positioning that cost them that one. Just a few little mistakes.
Yeah, that the Minotaur too had a couple of moments in that second half. That go for it, and then the essentially triple skulls on that War Dancer late.
Well, he himself, he went at 84% for Wild Animal. He failed one go for it. He failed one loner. His armor broke 50% of the time. That's only 2. His dice rolls were probably weighted towards the upper end with 9 5 6s versus 7 1s 2s. That's not huge, but his block dice, as many skulls as downs. He rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks. Got himself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knockdowns. So he had a pretty good game overall, but just hurt at that critical moment and opened the door for the touchdown. So there you go. There you go. I think that'll about do us, ladies and gents. Again, thank you for sticking with us. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Again, to both coaches, congratulations. Another thanks to my co-host, MattM, for joining us in the booth. Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. All the best for coaches who will be playing in the postseason. I wish you all of the luck, and enjoy the rest of tonight's Blood Bowl bonanza. Righto. I'll catch you later.